Hello everyone, my name is Edgar Bustillos. I'm an IT student at GCU, and today I'm presenting the cloud security policy for cross-state banks, ASB. Let's get into it. Here's a quick roadmap before we dive in. We're covering 6 areas today: who ASB is and why this policy exists, the network security, security principles, cryptography, and access controls. Let's get into it. So, Across State Banks is headquartered in Metropolis, California. It has over 132,500 employees, more than 17,000 branches and ATMs nationwide, and are targeting to hit 12 billion in annual sales. The scope of this policy covers everyone with a hand in the environment. This includes employees, contractors, and even third-party vendors accessing ASB's cloud infrastructure. Why does this policy exist? For two reasons. First, federal regulations like GLBA and PCI DSS require financial institutions to have documented cloud security controls. Second, cloud misconfiguration is still the number one cause of data breaches in financial services. Let's talk about the network. ASP faces three main challenges in the cloud. First, unauthorized access. Without proper controls, the wrong people reach systems they shouldn't. In banking, this is a serious issue. Second, data interception. Unencrypted data in transit can be intercepted. For ASB, that means account information and financial transactions are at risk. Third, misconfiguration. This is the number one cause of cloud breaches in financial services. It just takes one bad misconfiguration storage bucket and it could expose thousands of customers' records instantly. Terrible. The policy addresses all three with specific solutions. Simple problems with specific solutions. Security has to cover every layer, not just the tech. Environmental. ASB's cloud is segmented into security domains. Internal banking systems are isolated from public-facing services. Multiple layers of controls are active at all times. So if one fails, another layer will hold. Hardware. Every device connected to ASB's cloud needs endpoint protection. Cryptographic keys live in dedicated hardware security modules, never in the code. Software. Critical patches within 30 days. Every cloud application goes through a secure deployment lifecycle. Regular pen testing finds vulnerabilities before attackers do. The humans. We are the weakest link, which is why ASB requires a mandatory security education and training program for each employee with cloud access. Cryptography is the backbone of this policy. 3 jobs, 3 tools. TLS 1.3 for data in transit. Every piece of data moving between ASB and its users is encrypted. We use TLS 1.3 because it is a faster, leaner handshake than TLS 1.2 with less latency and exposure time. AES 256 for data at rest. Customer records, databases backups, all encrypted with NIST standards for symmetric encryption. Key management. The keys themselves. ASB uses a cloud-native key management service. Keys rotate annually at a minimum, and they're stored in hardware security modules, never in the code. One important note here. NIST SP 800-144 makes this clear, that moving to the cloud does not transfer your security responsibility to the provider. It stays with you. This policy makes sure ASB owns that responsibility. Having a cryptographic tool in place is one thing, but keeping them effective is another. Certificate management. All TLS certificates come from a trusted internal PKI. Self-signed certificates are banned in production. Cipher suites enforcements. Only NIST-approved cipher suites are allowed. TLS 1.0 and 1.1 are fully disabled. Encryption compliance auditing. A third-party cryptographic assessment every year. Continuous monitoring running in the background for unencrypted data flows. Any finding goes directly to the CISO and into risk register. Now let's talk about who gets in and how we verify it. ASB uses 5 layers of access controls guided by NIST. IAM roles. Everyone gets access based on their job, nothing more. MFA and smart cards. MFA is required for every cloud login, no exceptions. Password policy, for example, 14-character minimum. rotated every 90 days, and can reuse the last 12 passwords. Cryptographic tokens, service-to-service authentication runs on OAuth 2.0, and JWT tokens, both of which are cryptography-based. Biometrics. Mobile banking staff can authenticate using biometrics on approved enrolled devices, one final layer of identity verification. 5 layers, one each independent, all working together. So here's a quick question before we wrap up. How many of us have ever reused a password across a work account or personal account? No judgment. This is why this policy exists. Once the attacker gets a password from a internal data breach, the first thing they're going to try is your work or your email. So this is why this policy is in place. Keep your data safe and you as well. Thank you for watching.